Good morning, guys. Happy Saturday. It's
Stop recording video.
live.
Button. Face your bottom edge. Face your bottom edge. Face your bottom edge.
So I was talking about it's my face.
Face your bottom edge. Selfie zoom. Zoomed in. Button. Double tap to zoom out.
Let me see something, guys. Hold on.
Face your bottom edge. Face your bottom edge. Selfie zoom. Zoomed in. Button. Double tap to zoom out.
I don't understand.
Face your bottom edge. Selfie zoom. Zoomed in. Face your bottom edge. Selfie zoom. Zoomed in. Face your bottom edge. One face centered.
Okay, hi, guys.
Your left edge. Face your left edge. Centered. Face centered. Speech off.
It's VI Life with Kelly. Sorry for the intro, but you know it wouldn't be me without the wonderful assistance of voiceover. Happy Saturday. I hope everything is going amazingly wonderful for you. Yes, I am in the bed and I wanted to encourage you all to like, share, comment, subscribe on this video. I was doing this video because a couple of things have been going on and I wanted you guys' thoughts on a couple subjects real quick. So anyway, if you're interested in my hot topics, then keep watching. I'm in my bedroom, I'm in the bed. It's, it's a little bit before 12 here in Buckhead, Atlanta, Georgia. And look how dim it is in my room. Like the blinds are not open, but it is definitely Saturday morning. Matter of fact, let's go over here.
Speech on. Face centered.
Let's go over here.
Face centered.
And
one face centered. Face centered. Speech off.
Let's go over here and see if it makes a difference if I open them a little bit. It storms here so much, guys. It's ridiculous. It's like I live in Seattle. Like I live in Washington. I wonder, does that make a difference for you all? Like, I opened the blinds a little bit. They're probably in shock because I never open them. One reason why I don't open them is because I forget to close them, and then I'll be in here dressing and stuff, and
Speech on. Stop recording video. Face your right edge. Face your right edge. Viewfinder. Image. Double tap and hold to adjust exposure. Viewfinder. Image. Double tap and hold to adjust exposure. Viewfinder. Image. Double tap and hold to viewfinder. Image. Selfie zoom. Zoomed in. Button. One face centered. Speech off.
Anyway, I'll be in here getting dressed or taking my shower and crap with the blinds open, and I won't even, know for days, until somebody comes over here or I just happen to catch a glare or something that's making me like, oh, did I leave the blinds open? And then all of that. But anyway, I guess for the sake of this video, I'm gonna turn some lights on because it's probably like super distracting visually that I don't have lights, or it may be bizarre, like, why does she have on sunglasses and she's in the dim room anyway? I don't know. You guys give me all your feedback. I want all the smoke. Give me all your feedback. Let me know what your thoughts are concerning should I have the lights on, because I think I'm gonna start doing these good morning hot topic videos in the bed. Let me see.
Speech on. Stop recording video. Face your bottom left edge. Your bottom edge.
Oh Lord.
Your left edge.
I always want to say I'm at an edge.
Face your left edge. Centered.
Okay, there we go.
Face centered. Face centered. Face centered. Stop recording video. Face centered. Your left edge. Speech off.
Okay, you guys. So anyway, let me see what I'm doing.
Speech on. Face your left edge. Face your left edge. Centered. Face centered.
Okay.
Face centered. Speech off.
Okay, let's pray that I keep it on point because whenever I move it, it starts like, see, it starts doing the whole. It's like this thumping feeling it gives me when I don't have it centered.
Speech on. Face near left edge. Near bottom left edge. Near left edge. One face near left edge. Centered. Face centered.
Okay, perfect.
Speech off.
So let's get into it. First, guys, the first topic is this. Literally, for the last 6 years, I have been working in therapeutic care, primarily like medical massage, and let me see.
Speech on. Face centered. Speech off.
Yeah. Yes, guys, I have my bonnet on. I always tell you guys if I'm not out and about, if I'm just in the house, whatever, I have my bonnet on. Like, that's my life, bonnet life. So anyway, I have been working in therapeutic care for the last 6 years primarily, and I have been
Speech on. Face near left edge. Centered. Speech off.
I have been working in medical massage, medical spas. I've been working for different clinics, chiropractors, like just everything, Lux spas. You name it, I've pretty much worked there or worked with, right? Partnered with. All of it has been quite unsuccessful and beyond stressful, okay? Regardless, I persevered, and so I've learned a lot. I'm going to do a video on what I've learned and tell you guys, like, specifically all the places that I've worked and what I've, my offices and this and that. So that if you are a person that is venturing out into opening their own business or and different things about classes I've taken, I'm just going to give you the tea. All right, I'm going to spill the tea. So anyway,
Speech on. Face near left edge. Centered.
see, this is annoying.
Speech off.
So anyway, my question is this. This year, well, let's just do the last 2 years. Let me see.
Speech on. Face near left edge. Centered.
You guys, this is ridiculous.
Face centered.
Okay, let me see.
Near left edge.
Centered. Then
Face near left edge. Centered. Face centered.
now it says my face is centered. You guys tell me
One face centered.
what is going on for y'all.
Face near bottom edge.
Because,
Centered.
for me, I'm perfect, right? In the non-visual world, I'm perfect. Anyway,
Face centered. Speech off.
so literally for the last 2 years, it has been a nightmare working or not working in my industry. 2020 was completely shut down for me. I worked about the first 2.5 months last year, and then unfortunately I did not get to go back. So I've always had my own clientele, right? So I attempted to start picking clients back up towards the end of the year, and that was unsuccessful. And then at the top of the year, I decided to move and get a license to work in a different state. Got that done. That was really good. Actually, that was looking pretty good. And
Speech on. Face near left edge. Face near. One face centered. Face centered. Speech off.
so that didn't work out. Um, Even though finding a place to, lease for office space and all that, that was there, but actually finding a place to live
Speech on.
was
Face near
not
bottom left edge.
there.
Face near bottom left edge. Near bottom edge. Face centered. Face centered. Speech off.
So what ended up happening is I didn't move forward because it wasn't falling into place. Okay, cool. So then I decided to partner with other professionals and some doctors, and that didn't come together either. Then I was signed up for several trainings. I made it to one training out of like 5 trainings so far. It's like a peak, a jump with everything going on today. It is affecting my ability to go to these trainings, right? So, anyhow, I literally had to cancel one specific training. I've already canceled it, I think, 3 times. So I got excited when they offered one of the training, half of it in a webinar form that I was supposed to do this morning. I spent like an hour and a half attempting to log onto this webinar that I did all the preliminary stuff for like on Wednesday earlier this week, right? So I could be complete. All I have to do is click into the Zoom webinar and bow. Guess what? My name was wrong in their system some type of way. They said they fixed it. It still didn't work. Literally, I'm still in progress and waiting, right? And it started an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, right? So, anyway, I have the manual for the class. I'm just going to read over it. They are offering the in person class in November for the entire series. So, praise God, there's options. And, prayerfully that works out, right? But I wonder when things like this happen, I just wonder, is it a sign, or do all of us encounter challenges like in whatever we want to do? Like sometimes I get lost in the sauce. Like, is this normal? Okay, we're trying to do something, and how bad do you want this? Or is this like, no, this is not for you, not right now. This is a protection. Just wait. Wait for it to line up. It should be smoother than this, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, so tell me what you guys think when stuff like this happens. If it ever happens to you, I hope that it doesn't happen for you. Prayerfully, you don't have as many roadblocks. But I will say I'm always praying the prayer of protection and guidance in my life. So I'd rather be delayed than to, jump into some hot water. I'd rather not. And with everything going on, I can't afford to, expose myself or anyone in my household to XYZ, and I definitely don't want to be anywhere that I'm not supposed to be. So I always take it like, if for some reason I can't make it to something that I planned, evidently, then I need to wait for something better. I always look at it like it's going it's going to be better. Like God's plan is better, and it's going to be an upgrade. Like whatever it was that I was going to do, well, when I do it, it's going to be that plus some. Like they must need to work out some kinks on this, or, they're going to get feedback from whomever that's going to make it an even more a better experience. Like even though because I'm like, I've done my part, right? So evidently, God's like, nope, not right now. And it was deep because last 2 weeks ago, when I was thinking I was actually going to the training, um, it popped up on my Instagram. Take God's no as not right now. I have, and it's better. I have something better for you and better timing. I was like, wow, that is so deep because nothing was coming together for me to get to that training 2 weeks ago. And then my house flooded the night before because sometimes things won't be lining up and you'll still be like powering through it, which is what I was doing. And then literally, I was just praying, like, Lord, whatever I'm supposed to do. And then it flooded in my house literally like 7 o'clock at night the day before I'm supposed to leave, like 6 a.m. So less than like what? Less than 12 hours. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. And then they were thinking like, oh, it's going to be resolved within like a couple days. And it went on for like a week and a half. So, whatever. But yeah, you guys, what do you think when you have, delays? Do you just shake it off like, oh, well, mm, it'll work out? And just whenever it works out, you're good with that? Or do you take it as a sign like, I don't need to do this? Or do you feel like in any career, it's just going to be obstacles? Like, there is no such thing as a smooth, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I think too, I think it's because sometimes you look at like, depending on what you do for a living, that is supposed to have a certain process. And I don't think so. I don't think so anymore. Like the whole certain process. I feel like every day you just need to stay prayed up and then just roll with the punches. Seriously. So, since I've been talking to you guys about that, I feel better because I do feel like, no, this is for you. It's just not right now. And it'll line up like it's supposed to. And that's that. But you guys tell me what you think. Do you have these type of thoughts? Like, is this a sign that you should not be doing this, or you need to do something different? Or or do you take the, God's plan attitude and just be in agreement with it and be thankful, and just move on? All right, so the next thing is this. Remember, okay, if you haven't been able to watch my last two, if you haven't been able to watch my last two, guys, I'm literally still in progress on this Zoom, so let me turn that off. Okay, cool. So, if you haven't been able to watch my last two uploads, basically the very last one, I was talking to you guys about what's going on in my personal life, and I had told you guys I was going to do a follow-up video to tell you how my brunch date went. Well, let me update y'all now. So, the gentleman that said all those wonderful things about wanting to be married, wanting to pursue me, wanting me to be in his life, wanting me to be exclusively with him, wanting me to marry him, all things being equal, blah, 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 la, la, la. And we're supposed to go on our first date today, right? At 1 o'clock. He tells me in a text, Wednesday, I think it is, that, or no, Thursday night, right? That he wants to get my ring, right? Look at this. He wants to get my ring in a couple of weeks. He just put a lot of money into his business, and but for sure, he'll be in a better position in a couple weeks, and he wants to move forward, right? So I was like, okay, that's great. I appreciate that. I like the tenacity. I like the audacity. I like the confidence, the boldness, the surety. I like that you're serious, and you're extremely, positive about everything. So cool. Let's meet. Let's see if it's real, right? Let's start this whole thing of getting to know each other and growing in love, right? Cool. Guys, he called me yesterday and said some things about his day. He was going into like another work project, what have you. Cool. This morning, he texted, which by the way, I hate this. I hate a GM text. It just shows such low energy. Like, it doesn't take anything to text those two little letters and send. GM. Okay. So, anyway, I'm like, thumbs down. But he calls, like, hey, what are you doing? I fell asleep. I was knocked out last night. Excuse me, guys. You're like, what is she doing? Yawning again. But I am a little sleepy. But yeah, so he's like, I fell asleep. I just had a super long work day, which I get that 1,000%.
Speech on. Stop recording video. Face entered. Speech off.
I'm proud of myself, you guys. I'm doing good on holding this position. So anyway, y'all, he tells me that he needs to postpone on our brunch date because his money is funny and he doesn't want to get somewhere and get to looking crazy or embarrass himself. So, can I wait until next week or so when he gets his check and then we can go out? You guys, before I even say anything, please leave a comment. Just pause the video right here. Pause the video right here and just leave it in the comments. If you don't want to just be out there and say it in the comments, email me vilifewithkelly@gmail.com, or if you're on Instagram, send me a DM and straight up give me the business. Tell me what you think about this. What do you think, guys? I'm just gonna wait like 5 whole seconds real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just to give you a chance to just put down there what you think without me saying anything. All right, so this is the truth. And if you guys know me, if you've been rocking with me and watching all my 130 plus videos, then you've heard me say this over and over again, one way or another. If you follow me on Instagram, if you watch my kitchen table talks and things of that nature, then you already know what I'm about to say. Know thyself and know the lady you want, need, and desire. I am not the lady you should pursue when your money is funny. That statement is quite bizarre to me. It is quite bizarre. And I'm going to tell you all why. You made a statement, a proclamation, you text for hours relentlessly about your need for a wife, your desire for a wife, that you want me in particular. You even said, God has blessed me because you are going to be my husband. I mean, you've decreed, you've declared, you've claimed, you've announced, you've come boldly as a man who is ready. You're not ready to go to brunch. You promising me a whole life, but you're not ready to even go to brunch. And don't start thinking, oh, how much is brunch? Who cares how much brunch is, you all? If a male, comes to you proclaiming all these things, I just said this yesterday in the video that I uploaded. Well, I guess it was this morning. You all, males will approach, and when they give their word, it is our duty to watch their actions. They must meet, they must align. And I said, the man in him will show up, follow through, and exceed. The boy in him will play. That's what you're going to find out. You're going to find out if you're dealing with a man or a boy. Either way it goes, children put themselves in positions and don't know what to expect or what it's really about because they are children. They have not the experience or the knowledge of being an adult, of getting out here and living, right, as an adult. Men are leaders. They've lived, they've researched, they've prepared, they're ready. And they don't proclaim things. They don't offer what they can't give, you all. They don't. So I just was like, wow. So you need to cancel a first date with your wife, right? Less than 3 hours notice. You knew when you said we were going to brunch, you didn't have money. You knew that. So the best thing that could have happened is from the beginning, from point A, with all the proclamation that you said, can we go out next Friday? Because that's a legitimate request at point A. I don't typically do last minute dates either. You know, I don't typically do it. So for me, it would have been reasonable. That's normal to me to say on, a Thursday, can we go out next weekend? That's perfect. But to say, oh no, can we go out on Saturday, right? Or let's have brunch on Saturday. And then have to cancel in less than 3 hours and say because your money is funny and you don't want to get in a situation of where you can't afford brunch, you all. Brunch. You don't want to get in a situation to embarrass yourself. You all, that conversation is unacceptable. It's unbecoming. It's alarming. It's alarming to go from one extreme. What I tell you guys, I don't do extremes. You just went from one extreme to a whole nother extreme. A man does not talk like that, you all. Do not have tender feelings for people who say things like that. Oh, I understand. No, you better not understand. You better not understand that. Don't make time for it. It's a recipe for disaster. You don't date males who tell you they can't afford to take you to brunch. Cancel on you within 3 hours, less than 3 hours of the date. What is this? This is 2 hours, less than 2 hours, actually. No, you all. I was like, really? I just want to know, why are males doing this and feeling comfortable? Sometimes I think it's a test. Like, let me see how desperate this person is for they're dangling the carrot of marriage, though you're all excited about that, like, oh, I can wait a couple weeks to have brunch with him. Yeah, just get your check, and yeah, that same weekend let's get my ring, and yeah, that same weekend, yeah, and let's might as well go to the courthouse. Like, no, 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 and no. What needs to be done is timeout. Like, go ahead on, get your finances in order. Go ahead on and look at your finances. You probably need to, pull out a budget worksheet and write everything down. Your reality is your private business. Write everything down, total it up. Boom. This is how much I got going out. Boom, this is how much I got coming in, and see what you need to do. If that's paying some things off, or if you need to work a little bit more to get things out the way. But don't try to date me and you're in financial distress. It makes me very uncomfortable. It actually stresses me out, the idea of being with someone who feels comfortable to tell me they need to wait on their check next week in order to take me on a date. That is a red flag. You are in financial distress, and as a man, men don't tell women what they can't afford. They don't tell women, oh, I can't afford this. Oh, I need to wait until I save this. Oh, I gotta pay this bill. I gotta pay that bill. Oh, that is not what men do. Men are prepared, and they know what they can and can't do, and that's the sphere they dwell in. They don't put themselves in a position to become a woman's son, because then I have to train you, raise you. I remember one time I was talking on the phone to this guy, and I had asked him about a scenario. Something had came up, and I was like, wow, I was like, I don't understand how it is, guys feel comfortable telling women, like, running down all their bills to a woman, like, woe is me, or like, oh, I got all this on me, la 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 la. He was like, yeah, I can't stand when a woman tells me all her bills either. Mind you, this guy's never been married, doesn't have any children. You guys are like, dang, you meet a lot of guys that have no kids, never been married. Yep, I do. So stop letting people lie to you guys and tell you that there's no men out here, that there's no heterosexual men available, and all of them got kids and all that. Not true. But anyway, so he says to me, yeah, I can't stand when a woman runs all her bills down to me either. I said, that's a very interesting statement. I said, the difference is, if a woman is running down all her bills to you, she's saying to you, as her leadership, protector, and provider, this is what you're signing up for. Are you interested or not? Is this stressful for you, or is this light work for you? Like, she's trying to fill you out. When a woman does that, she's making it plain and clear, whatever her situation is. So that's your time to decide as a man, yes or no, this works for me or it does not. But when a man does that to a woman, it puts us in the position of, what do you want from me? Are you trying to make me reluctant to ask for anything because you've already put it out here you're struggling with your own situation, so don't I dare add to it or ask anything? Or are you trying to say to me, like, be happy, be thankful, I'm sacrificing to do this for you or with you? Or are you looking for me to sign up to get some of this off of your back? Like, it's quite peculiar when a woman is dealing or talking or trying to get to know a man and he's comfortable with throwing out there all his financial woes. That's not a man, that's a child. Men do not do that. Men don't have financial conversations with women like that. I mean, now you've turned this into a financial needs analysis when you do that. Now this is a business meeting. When you sit up here and put out here like, oh, I would love to do this for you, but I got to pay my car note this week. Oh, I wish I could do this, but my mortgage is so high. All I like to do is sit up in the house, and all I can, you want to come over though? Well, I really don't go out to eat because my budget is really tight right now, but I don't mind to cook for you. All that type of stuff is like, oh, you want to lay up. You don't want to go out and do anything publicly or within my comforts or even find out what I'm comfortable with. You just want to lay up. That doesn't work, guys. That doesn't work. It makes you look low value, classless, senseless, immature, childish. I don't even want to even put it on children because I know children that have more sense and integrity than that. I do. So, anyhow, guys, um I don't know, guys. Like, it's bizarre. And this gentleman, by the way, just to give more details, is 47. And he is a father of three, a 10, 16, and like 22-year-old or something like that. And typically, I would not date a guy that has multiple children, multiple mothers, because it's already stressful. It can be already stretching your money to 4 households because you still got to take care of yourself and then those 3 children and whatever their needs are. And you have school age children, your 22-year-old, maybe in college, maybe not, living life, being a young adult. They need support and help. Then you've got your 16-year-old in high school with all of that, and then your 10-year-old in elementary. So it depends on what the man says and presents. If he's a man that has 3 children, but he could easily have, you know, 10 children because he's in that position, then that's not an issue. And on top of that, guys, he had said he would love to have a child with me or more children if I wanted to. How we gonna have more children and we can't afford brunch? You guys, pay attention though, because this is why God says that desperation is an enemy of the righteous. Write that down. Desperation is an enemy of the righteous, because when you're desperate, you'll make deals. You'll look over signs and red flags, and you'll walk into situations that you should have never walked into because you're desperate. So, no, guys, we got our answer. Remember in the last video, I was like saying how I had just said to God, if this is supposed to work out, everything will line up and fall into place. And if it's not, it won't. And that's that, right? And so this is how that's gone, guys. So, anyway, the last topic, okay, is this. So, mm, maybe like, I'm not even gonna put a time frame on it because I'm really bad with these time frames, y'all. But in the last 30 days, I met another gentleman. Okay, I'm really gonna say, like, yeah. So, this guy also lives in Houston, and he's just coming out of a 15-year relationship. When I say just coming out, I'm talking about 60, 90 days out. And he's also in his 40s, want to be in a relationship. And you guys, I'm very much one of these people that look at seasonal behavior. You might not, but it is real. Seasonal behavior, it's getting close to the end of summer and the start of fall. And if you know, are from where I'm from, you know about people that want to get, you know, what's it called? Cuddled up in the cooler months, right? It's getting cold outside. You want to have somebody warm and cuddly to be with, snuggle with over these months. Holiday season is getting ready to roll through. After Labor Day is pretty much Thanksgiving and Christmas, New Year's, and bow. Let's do it all over again. So, anyway, this guy is newly broken up, 15 years. I do not date newly divorced and newly broken up. You're just not ready. You're not. And so, anyhow, we're talking on the phone. He's like, yeah, I want to go out. But then he's like, but I want you to come over my house. I'm like, wow, no. So off of the first conversation, I'm like, we're not a match. It's cool. We're not on the same page. I don't, it's not going to happen. Like, come back around in 6 to 12 months if I'm available. Let's see. Maybe. Anyway, so we're on social media, this and that. We send messages, sharing whatever you like, whatever I like, whatever post and all that. One morning, I kid y'all not, this guy had sent me in my DM this video from Slim Thug. Now, you guys, you might not like rap, you might not be into the secular world, whatever your thing is, but this guy sent me this video from Slim Thug issuing a boycott notice on marriage. Mind you, this man had never been married, although he'd been in a 15-year relationship, have children with this woman, but never been married, period, point blank. And that was one of the deal breakers in our conversation. His viewpoint was like, it takes him years to get to know you, being with you in active sexual relationship and all this before he could, commit to marrying you. I'm like, are you crazy? Nobody about to spend another 15 years with you and doing all of that for you to decide what. You didn't decide anything with the last girl. And by the time he was willing to do whatever, she was over it. So anyway, guys, he was like, that was what he shared, and I was like, okay, we're not a match, we're not on the same page. And so the Slim Thug video said, basically based off of Dr. Dre's situation, which, if you're not familiar with Dr. Dre, he is a well-known producer and artist in the hip-hop world, coming out of the West Coast, LA. And he's had a very public divorce with his wife of 27 years, and had to pay her like some type of hundreds of millions of dollars. I think so. What he has to pay her is $300,000 a month in alimony, or if you've ever heard of spousal support and child support. He has to pay her that every single month for the rest of her life, or um, if she gets married, then that's when it discontinues. Okay, so $300,000 a month equals to $3.6 million annually. Okay. Also, some background on Dr. Dre. He is the first billionaire producer. He developed Beats by Dre. That's him. And so those are those headphones and earbud sets and everything developed by a producer, right? Him. And then he basically did a deal with Apple and sells his beats, exclusively through Apple. So I don't know if now Apple owns Beats or what the deal is, but when he made that deal, he became an instant billionaire, right? He's been blessed to make excellent decisions over his, 30, 40-year career. And I believe he's in his 50s. So, he's had a very prosperous career. He departed from Death Row Records and created his own label, Aftermath. Went on to sign Slim Shady, right? I'm trying to think, what is this guy's actual name? My friend loves him. Anyway, so that guy has been, nonstop 20 years in the game now, you know, everything platinum. And then, of course, he had 50 Cent on his label as well, Aftermath, when 50 Cent first came out. So he's just been able to capitalize, dominate, and just be residually blessed off of his decision making over the last 40 years. Okay. So, anyway, guys, because of this, Slim Thug came out with a video, just really going in. He said that, fellas, we're going to be boycotting marriage, canceling all weddings. Sorry, you're gonna have to just let your lady know we're not doing this. We're not going out like this. We're boycotting marriage. You guys, a guy who's trying to convince me to give him a chance to be in my life, to be a possible husband, is sending me this video. I was like, wow, this is beyond insulting. Why would you send me this? He's like, oh, well, I didn't watch the whole video and then I didn't know the background on this man. I said, well, the thing is, like I've said before in previous videos, when I did that video on cancel culture, if you haven't been able to take it out, it's a chit chat, get ready with me, rehydrate your curls video, and it says cancel culture. I talked about how I don't get easily persuaded by media, and if I wasn't there for the entire what are these things called when they do these press conferences? Yeah, if I wasn't there for your entire press conference, if I wasn't there for your interview, like there in the building, sitting down in front of you to hear you from point A to point Z, I don't get easily persuaded. I don't get persuaded by articles because all of them have editors and all of them have perspectives. And all of them are going to put their point of view on this media they're sharing. So, like, if you are not from the West Coast like I am, if you are not a part of radio, broadcast, telecommunications, if you don't have parents like I have that are radio personalities and been in that industry forever, if you don't even have an interest in music, artistry, the history, the ups and downs, have access to XYZ, then you're going to get in your feelings on those few details. You're going to get in your feelings. Oh my God, this man got to pay this woman $300,000 a month just because he want to get a divorce, or just because she wants to get a divorce. Well, did you care to know why they're getting a divorce? Do you care? Does that matter? Does it matter at all that they share quite a few children together? Does it matter at all that they had a lifestyle and a plan for their children that cost money? Does it matter at all that this woman played a significant part in these deals he's made, that she's worked, that she's been a part of this company? Like, do we care about the details? Does it matter at all? Or we just gonna focus on $300,000 a month, because $3.6 million a year is not gonna break this man at all. It's not a problem, okay? And the only reason why they're getting a divorce is because of adultery, abuse for 27 years. Now, people can argue, they can say whatever they want to say. Oh, no, this is a gold digger. Oh, this here go another situation where a black man is being dealt this card and blah 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 blah. No, at some point we have to deal with ourselves and our decision making. At some point, we have to take accountability and responsibility for the wrongs we have committed consistently. Poor Michelle A. Nobody cares, huh? That woman was robbed. She have never received her rightful pay for her contributions to her own career success. Her writing her own songs, arranging the music, her contributing to Dr. Dre's success. And you all should research Michelle A. She's been through a lot. That woman has been through a lot. She has been abused. She has been through a lot, and she was still fighting for pay that she never received, you all. So it's just things that are happening, and it's like you create a monster. A person, you know, is going on in life, making decisions, committing wrongs against others, getting away with it, or so they think. And then finally, one day, they're stopped, like boom, this isn't going to happen anymore, not like this. And because I do know you, and because I do know who you are, right? Because I've had decades of lessons with you, then I'm going to handle it like this. I'm not going to trust you to do the right thing, because there is no trust. I trusted you with the rest of my life. I trusted you with our children. I trusted you with XYZ, and who knows what else is going on in that marriage. I mean, there could be diseases involved. This woman could, like, who knows? But do we care about that? Like, is it our business? I'm not sure. But where the problem comes in for me is when we start making decisions and we misuse our platforms to encourage, men to no longer marry, to boycott marriage, to cancel weddings, to walk away from commitments, to further break down the black community. um that's not okay. That is not right. And I was disappointed. I was like, wow. And some of y'all may watch this video and be like, well, he's not really a role model. Well, this guy, XYZ. I don't do that. He's a man. He has accomplished a certain amount of success. He has been consistent about his product, about his delivery, about his lifestyle. He has a presence. He has a voice. He has millions of followers, men that are listening to him, that are mirroring his example. Yes, this is another single man who has never been married. Yes, right? He is, and he professes to be a sugar daddy regularly, right? But he also professes that he wants love and that he's been trying to have love, right? So it's interesting. It's an interesting conversation. Regardless, he's a man of power. He has a voice and he has a platform, and it should be used wisely, because as you can see, this 40 plus, this man is 48, just for you all to know. The guy that I'm talking about that was interested in me is 48. Okay. Another thing, guys, this guy was running down to me like all his issues in the first conversation. One of his issues was transportation. Like every car he had was in the shop. Something was wrong with it. It had been there for a long time. And he didn't mind telling me how he took insurance off of 2 of the vehicles since he doesn't drive them anymore. Y'all, all that stuff is alarming and stressful. Don't talk to women like that. If you have stuff like that going on, you're not ready. You're not ready to date. You're not. So stop it. Stop with this mess. What you need to start doing, you need to start, when you approach a woman, you really need to start saying, look, I have income, but I really need help. Are you the kind of woman that wants to help a man? Like, I have income, I have shelter, but I really, dating and all that, I really can't do it right now with you. But, if you don't mind coming over, hanging out, kicking it, then that's what I can offer you consistently for sure. Sorry, guys, but I just feel like my skin is like dry. I don't know. But anyway, you need to say stuff like that, unfortunately. When you send, I don't know why you're sending women messages. I don't know why. But since you want to, you need to start it off like that. Like, hi, I think you're pretty. Hi, I think you're pretty. You know, I would love to get to know you like friends, like for real friends with benefits, because that's what you want. That's what you want. So she could go ahead on and be like, no, or yes. Like, that's cool. You guys, the Slim Thug post, if you can find it, the video, guys, it was so crazy. I had actually DM'd him and asked him, could we do a video together and explore this topic, because I really would love to hear a fluent men's perspective. I would really love to hear a fluent men's perspective on the whole topic of marriage. What is so bad about it for you? And then I would like to highlight how it's actually not marriage, it's the women that you're attracted to. Yeah, those ones. You're unequally yoked on so many levels. And the only reason why you're with this person that you're with is because of a couple of things. Maybe I'll do a video on that because this video is already long. But I really wanted him to consider having a talk, an actual talk, not, name calling, debating, blah, blah, blah. No. An actual talk where I could ask questions and they could think about it and answer them. Because sometimes you don't even know why it is you continue to be in the situation that you're in. And when you get a chance to stop and think about it and talk about it, it's amazing how you connect the dots like, oh my God, I keep dating this same type. Or, oh my God, I had no idea I had unresolved issues here, which is attracting this kind of person, which is putting me in these types of situations. It's not that people are not trustworthy. That's not it. Really and truly, you might not be able to trust yourself, or you just keep getting with people that are not on your level. They don't think like you do. They don't have the value system that you have, the background that you have. Like, you're unequally yoked. And you're doing things and stretching yourselves in ways and putting yourselves in groups and places that you normally would never be, which is making you insecure, uncomfortable, and vulnerable. And so you're doing things that in order to keep up, in order to look like, in order to keep this person, be in this situation. Like, no, be you, love you, know thyself, so you can know who you want, need, and desire. That's going to be the perfect complement, the perfect match, so you guys can have a fighting chance. And you don't have to worry about if this person divorces me, if we get a divorce, XYZ, XYZ. Oh, if this and that. No, you can just enjoy your life and grow old together and enjoy your kids and all that stuff like that. Because there's levels to love. And I can't wait till we graduate beyond this, beyond marriage, children, or children, marriage, and divorce. Collectively, I would love to see growth beyond these topics because they're low level topics. They truly are. You continue to splurge on the wrong woman, invest in the wrong woman, okay, on the hope of, you know, you continue to, you know, outsource your resources rather than do the research and put your money, put your energy, put your time, put your life, put your children, your future into the right choice. Well, it comes with a cost, guys. Pay the cost to be the boss. It all comes with a cost. When we don't work on ourselves, invest in ourselves, it is a spiraling mess. You can never get out of dealing with yourself. It always reflects in your decision making. If you don't deal with yourself, you will never attract a healthy mate. You will never have a healthy relationship if you don't deal with yourself. If you know you got mental issues, if you know you're unhappy, you're depressed, you don't have nothing for yourself, your life is a nightmare, okay, then you're not getting nowhere, guys. Whoever you have, you make their lives a living hell as well. And it's highly combative, it's highly stressful, it's highly dysfunctional, it's highly irrational, it's highly off balanced. Then you want to go from that one to the next one. No, you're just picking up where you left off. You don't get out of it. You have to confront your own self and say, you know what, I want more. I need to connect with a mental health specialist to figure out why, what, when, where, who, and how. 5W1H, guys. You have to connect those dots. You got to be happy on your own. You got to feel good about you and your life, what you have right here, right now. You got to be on point with yourself. then you can attract the right partner and have love and enjoy love together. And by the way, if you're not willing to do the things for the person that you say you want that makes them happy, then you're not ready. I saw on my Instagram feed maybe this morning, um uh it's supposed to be an inspirational quote that was quoting a line Will Smith had said. And he said the responsibility of a person's happiness is not his. It's not his. That they are already supposed to be happy for themselves, and them coming together as them sharing each other's happiness, right? I was like, okay, that's cool. That's a pretty good statement, right? He said, I am not responsible for your happiness. And us coming together is us sharing each other's happiness, right? So basically, I got from that two people come together to build a life together, right? To enjoy this life they have together. And whatever happiness they already dwelled within, they're adding it to each other, sharing that, right? Okay, that's awesome. So when you build this life together, that's a new thing. You all becoming one together, right? So that means in order to stay one together, you all have to continue to do things to keep each other happy. To keep each other happy. And that's easy to do when you're with somebody that you actually want to be with, that you actually like being with, that you actually, you know, all things are good. It's easy to stretch yourself like, oh yeah, what do you want to do? Oh, they like when, because you get positive reinforcement, right? You're positively rewarded when you give that person whatever, flowers, I don't know, lunch, cook, dinner for the week, clean the house up, I don't know, whatever it is this person loves. Get their favorite book, take them to a concert, a play, go on a vacation, weekend getaway, pamper day, um, have their favorite bottle of wine. Who knows, you know? But you don't care. That's your life's joy, is finding ways to please your spouse, finding ways to bring them joy. That's why you go to work. That's why you bust your butt. That's why you stretch yourself like, I got plans for me and my baby this weekend. You making plans, you're preparing all the time for success in that area of your life. And when you can't do that, when you have stipulations on that, when, then you're not ready. You're not. You're not ready. Now, another conversation I had with this guy is he was talking about how willing he needs his significant other to be open to whatever he wants to share with that person sexually. So this may not be your topic. If it's not, this is the end of the video for you. Thank you for watching. But this man said that he can respect that some things are not a person's cup of tea. At the same time, he needs to know that the person he's with, if they know that makes them that person happy, or this is something they've experienced and they enjoy, that they're willing to do it anyway, because he's willing to do whatever. There's no limits, and he doesn't want limitations. Excuse me. He doesn't want limitations on what to do to them, right? So I was like, wow, that's interesting. I was like, well, the thing is, whoever you get with, you need to have that direct conversation, because if they have deal breakers, You know, if they say, hey, absolutely not, I don't do or want to experience XYZ. If XYZ are your favorite things, y'all are not a match. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you guys got everything else in common. The top three things that will destroy relationship and marriage is God, finance, and sex. Any one of those that's not on point in your relationship will destroy it. You guys will not make it. If you all have opposing views on God, finances, and sex, so you could be on point about God, y'all could be on point about finances. If sex is messed up, your relationship is a ticking time bomb. You could be on point about God, on point about sex, and finances are not on point, your relationship is a ticking time bomb. You could be on point about finances and sex, and y'all are not on point about God. Your relationship is a ticking time bomb. Forget it. Forget it. Forget it. It's just what it is. Those three things are essential components to a healthy, loving, growing, passionate marriage. That's that. You can't have one without the other. They all belong together. They do. If you do not have satisfaction in all three of those areas, there is no relationship. And you will cheat, you all. You all want to know a basic answer to why you keep getting cheated on? Check one of those three boxes. You want to know why you have a problem with faithfulness? Check one of those three boxes. And it's always one of those three, two of those three, or all three. That is the reason why. If your relationship with God is off, unfounded, you can't explain it, you don't have one, okay, no other relationship is going to be working out for you because you're serving something. You have to serve God or you're going to serve yourself, someone, but you're going to have to be faithful to it. And you're going to have to know what it is and you're going to have to understand it in order to have it and retain it in a relationship. In order to attract a woman that's on your same page, you're going to have to know who, what, why, when, where, you and how. You believe in God or not, but you have to answer that question and you have to be able to be clear about it so that when you get with this woman, she can say, oh yeah, I agree with you, or not. All right, this partner. Okay, then finances has to be on point. You have to be able to articulate your financial position. You have to. And it has to be consistent. You have to keep up with what you've said and do better if you want a progressive, faithful relationship. You have to do what you've said, whatever you said. Oh no, I pay all the bills. Oh no, I do half. Oh no, I pay the mortgage. You pay everything else. Whatever you said that you're about, and you have to be cheerful in it. You have to do it, without, hesitance. It's like, boom, you got it done. Nobody got to talk to you about it. Nobody got to check in with you. You've got it done. Bow. On top of that, put a little whipped cream on that, you know? So finances got to be on point. They have to be discussed and it has to be faithful. You have to be faithful in all three of these areas, consistent. People have to be able to rely on you that this is who you are. This is who you are in God. This is who you are in faith. This is who you are in sex. Bottom line. Now, sex. Whether you guys know it or not, it should get better and better with time, like wine. And if it's not, it's because you're with the wrong person. And I don't care who you are, what background you come from. If you're unequally yoked, you will cheat or you will get a divorce. You will move on, because it is nothing like being with someone who cannot give you what you need day after day, desiring and yearning and longing for these moments that never happen. You try to talk about it, you try to work on it, you try to, you try all these things and you get the same result every single time. And it's not fair. It's not. And if you're not willing to see a sex therapist, or get counseling to find out what is going on with me, why am I detached emotionally, why am I satisfied with these low level sexual interactions with my partner, why am I not stretching myself to find out what I can do to be a better lover, why is, like, if you're not pursuing that passionately, you're selfish. And what do I always tell y'all? These are signs of a masturbator. It's not healthy, you all. It causes so many problems. These years and years of being isolated or not in relationships, having these one off sexual encounters, and your primary, tool is masturbation. It's unhealthy. Just, it's bottom line, it's unhealthy. You're not going to be able to satisfy anyone when you have this mindset of, I can just do this myself, or you already, you to become, the specialist on this because you're done with your own self in 1 minute. If your hand or whatever tool you're using can get you done in 1 minute, then when you get with an actual person and experience their spirit and their energy and their touch, and all your senses are activated, you have what, 15 seconds to give somebody else? 30 seconds? So you're really gonna have to work on that, you guys. You're gonna have to work on um, these 3 areas in your life. You're going to have to work on knowing thyself. You're going to have to work on aligning your word with your actions and confronting your reality. Not what you'd hope it was, what you would like it would be, it would be, and what, hopefully one day. None of that. Right here, right now, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on the East Coast. What is it? Okay, and what am I going to do about it? And what does it take for me to have more? What does it take for me to live the life I truly desire, that I envision? What does it take? And then you need to go to war for it. You need to be relentless, and you need to never quit until you have it. Then get out here and meet the girl of your dreams. Go on and do your thing when you're ready. One of the girls I watch on here, guys, she is like, no joke. She puts it out there. She's like, I don't date these kinds of men, only kind of men I am attracted to. And I was like, everybody gets offended about everything. And it's, this at this day and age, depending, you get on these social media platforms, just say what you say. Don't worry about it. The people that's with it will gravitate to you. And the people that's not, just don't even pay attention to them, because that's not your people. That's not your audience. So it doesn't matter what they think or feel, right? Okay, cool. And for growth, maybe you might want to read a couple, just as a reflection piece, maybe. But anyway, she tells you, she'll be like, I don't date these kinds of different men because I'm not attracted to them. It's nothing wrong with their situations or their position. It's just I'm not attracted to them, and I will cheat on them. She says that. I said, that's the best explanation for you being you. Me being with XYZ man, I'm not even going to go there, will never work because I'm not attracted to you. And that's what is a minimum basic requirement, is attraction. And it's more than physical. It's more than, ooh, I like her lips, I like her nose, I like her skin color, I like her voice, I like her hair, I like her body. It's more than that. Attraction is more than that. And it has to be retained, sustained, attained. It has to. It has to. The core of me is what you're signing up for. And you're not going to stay committed to me when you're only interested in one part of me, half of me, 3/4 of me. This is where cheating comes from. So anyway, guys, I want y'all to enjoy y'all Saturday. I'm hungry. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do with the rest of my lovely afternoon. I was gonna go run some errands. I'm gonna see what time it is because I want some blackberries and some blueberries. And yeah, it's a beautiful Saturday, and I want to make sure I'm out the way of the storming. So we'll see what happens, guys. Leave in the comments below. Tell me what you guys been eating. If you guys got put onto like some new smoothies or anything, let me know. I did start back drinking my plant-based protein shakes. Um I started with Aloha, I think that's what it's called. I'm drinking the chocolate sea salt one. I will tell y'all that I started itching again. So I don't know. I'm going to pray that this does not have soy. It says it's soy free, dairy free, all of that. But I drank like 8 of them. So I had like one a day for about 2 weeks. I might have had 12, but I know for sure I had 8. And I started itching again. You guys know I have severe allergies. Like, no, I cannot do soy, mushrooms, dairy. Like, it's a list. Strawberries, pork, just a different stuff. I have severe allergies. So I was trying to figure out, I'm like, dang, am I itching? I don't know. Anyway, who knows? I depending on how this goes though, I might not try any more of these plant-based protein shakes because it's a nightmare what I go through. And I'm gonna look at suing, honestly. I'm gonna look at suing these companies because they are liars. And that's just what Liana. These companies are just liars. They're trying to capitalize off of the movement of wellness and plant-based, but all plants are not food for human beings. And so I'm like, exactly what plant are you putting in here that you're not telling us about? Because you guys, and then they start off doing good with the ingredients, and then what they do is reproduce it chemically because they can make more of it when they make the chemical version of it, and then they start replacing more and more of the natural ingredients with the genetically modified, genetically engineered, or lab created products. So it's like you can't trust anything. Honestly, you have to constantly be researching, reading the labels, and then reviewing online. That's why I love YouTube, because this is a really great place where you can find out what different people's experiences are, what happened to them, and and then make a decision. And if you're already experiencing those symptoms, you can find out what they did, how they handled it. And it's just helpful. It's so helpful because It's like the Food and Drug Administration is so treacherous here. I just don't know what the goal is. I'm like, do you want citizens around here? You've decided that we don't need citizens. I'm real lost on the goal with the contamination of the food and the water. But anyhow, guys, let's end this on a high note. You deserve and you are worthy of love, joy, happiness all the days of your life. That is the affirmation for today. You deserve, you are worthy, and you shall have. Let's take it to the next level. You deserve, you are worthy, and you shall have love, joy, happiness all the days of your life. So definitely put that down in the comments below. Be blessed, anticipate blessings, anticipate the best always. And I'll see you guys very soon.
Near bottom left edge. Face near bottom left edge. Stop recording video.